makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm excited for this video because I'm going to be talking about the new makeup releases from the past week. I do want to say, like, obviously my background is different today, and that's just because I am on a staycation. I'm cat sitting for a friend, so that's why the background is different. But I love filming this video every week, so I just wanted to go ahead and film it either way. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the Dream Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is going to be limited edition, and it looks beautiful. I really like the shades. I think it looks nice, but at the same time, I feel like how many duochrome highlighter like shades do you need? I personally love like using the glow kits for like the inner corner of my eyes. Like that's my favorite use for all the really different cool colors. And I do really like Moonchild and Aurora now that I have them. At first when I saw them, I wasn't impressed at all, but once I got them, I liked them. So I'm kind of not sure how I feel about this. I don't think I'm going to pick it up because I'm on a low buy and I really don't need it. But I do think it's pretty, and I'm at the same time I am kind of interested in it because when you look at the swatches of it, they don't seem like they have darker bases. And I actually saw Norvina on Twitter, someone said, please, if you could make one for extremely pale girls, I'd cry. I bought like half the glow kits and they're all pretty dark on me, which I agree. I don't really buy the 4-pan glow kits. I don't have any of them because normally only one shade would work for me. And she said that this one, Dream, works awesome on fair girls too if you like color in your highlighter. Although she said otherwise, my only option is an icy white, and that's kind of it for very fair, which for being someone so big in a makeup company, I'm like, there's definitely more that you could do. You could do pink tone highlighters, you could do gold tones, you could do champagne tones, you could do a really light rose gold. Like there's so much you could do for very fair skin. So I thought that was kind of almost ignorant. I don't know, I'm thinking of like what, like if I could make a Dream like glow kit, what it would be. But yeah, so maybe, I mean, I guess it would work for me, but at the same time, I don't need it. I don't need it. Okay, so next I saw this release, and it's from Jdglowcosmetics, and they said we put some leftover Translate multi-chrome liner into this jar to show you some of the colors coming soon. And I really wish that they would actually sell them in jars, because I've actually had questions about their liners and whether I'm going to buy them or not. And I did see them on there, but I'm not really interested in holographic liners. But if it was a pigment or an eyeshadow base or just something like that was more like you could have your different uses for, I'd be interested. And I feel like this color does look beautiful. Okay, so a palette that I'm excited for, that I'm like ready to see the inside, and it should be, I think she said she's gonna reveal it next week, is from Givemeglowcosmetics, and they have their Summer Vibes palette. And I just really want something colorful and beautiful and different. And I do have one eyeshadow from Givemeglow, and it is very nice, very creamy and pigmented. So I'm excited to see what this is. They have their other palette, I can't remember the name of it, but it's all neutral tones. So that one really, it's pretty, but it's nothing new or nothing that I need. So I didn't buy that one, but I really hope this one is different. Next, I just have to mention really quickly, I won't be buying it because it doesn't seem very practical and the colors don't speak to me. But when I saw this sneak peek, I literally laughed so hard. The Gemini lipstick from Bite Beauty is literally 2 shades. It's 2-sided. Okay, so let's talk about this Rose Gold Remastered palette from Huda Beauty, because I've got some thoughts and I don't understand this at all. Okay, so I feel like you could definitely like look at it from a positive, you could look at it from a negative viewpoint, you could definitely go either way. And for the positives, I think it's great that she took the criticism and changed the palette, because people didn't like it. I saw so many negative reviews on it. I never bought it myself. I swatched it in the store. I thought like the glitters were really chunky and the mattes just weren't that pigmented, so I wasn't very impressed. And I think it's good that she took the constructive criticism and decided to reformulate. But at the same time, I don't understand why you would reformulate to the exact same palette that you already did. Like, it's not like it's new or special or crazy or people were asking for it. Like, I don't hear anyone talk about this palette anymore. So I feel like the entire decision to redo the same exact palette, like, it just lacks creativity. And if I had already bought the first one, I would be so annoyed that she was making a better one coming out and I already had the first one. Like, I think that would be like a very annoying situation. So props to her for listening, but I just don't understand making the same exact palette over. Like, there's a little bit of a difference, but it's the same thing. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, so another thing that's kind of again, I can see the positives and the negatives for. So Physicians Formula is like continuing with their butter collection, and I think I would be more excited for this if I liked the smell, because I bought the butter palette because I wanted the perfume so bad, and the perfume is okay, but it doesn't smell like the bronzer to me. I love the smell of the bronzer so much. And so they're coming out with the Physicians Formula body butter, and I wonder, is that going to smell like the bronzer, or is it going to smell like the perfume? And it's actually in a collection. It's all for $20, which has the bronzer, the blush, the perfume, and the body butter, which I think is like a really good deal. Overall, I mean, $20, you can't beat that. I can't even remember what store it's from, but it's not something that I have locally. But I wish that they would just come out with the stuff separately instead of like lumping it all into palettes. Like, just come out with a perfume and come out with a body butter. You don't have to like, I feel like putting it all together is just a market, like a plan to make more money, I guess. Ooh, so another release I'm excited about. So Farsalli, I've never tried anything from them, and I would have to double check whether they're cruelty free or not. But they have like that, what's it called? The Jelly Beam highlighter, and I always thought it was really cool. It looks beautiful. It's a very interesting concept, but I thought that the color that they originally had was going to be too dark for me, and so they are showing sneak peeks of 2 new colors, and one looks really light and one looks deeper. So I'm always excited to see more shades, expansion, and I'm curious to see what the lighter one is going to be. I don't know if I'll pick it up right away, but I'm definitely like, maybe like during a sale or something, I could see. It's just such a cool formula. I really want to try it out. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Anastasia is also coming out with 6 new nude lipsticks, but none of them really speak to me. I mean, I really like soft touch, but at the same time, I feel like I just don't need it, you know? So it's just, I do want to try the formula, but I just, like I said, I just don't need it, that's all. And then also, NARS is coming out with an Orgasm collection, and I feel like this is really smart, but also delayed. Like, obviously, I feel like NARS is known for their Orgasm blush, and they have a few other things. I think they have Orgasm in like the little cream form, if that makes sense, and like the stick as well. But I just feel like this is something they should have thought of forever ago. Like, it just sounds like duh. Like, I feel like so many other companies have took what made them like one of their cult favorite products and turned it into a whole collection, that I feel like NARS is kind of behind on it. Like, I could have seen this coming out like a year ago, maybe like a year and a half ago. So I'm obviously not gonna buy it because they're not cruelty free, but I just feel like it's smart, but it feels like, I don't know, maybe they were just perfecting the formula. But okay, so I did show pictures of the Dose of Colors block party in my last new makeup releases, but I didn't get to talk about my full thoughts because they didn't release all the information until after I had filmed the video. And so I feel like these make sense for their brand because they have the quints, the little 5-pan palettes that are all matte, that I feel like it makes sense to come out with some shimmery shadows. And there are 2 shades that are really speaking to me, the really bright red and the really bright teal. I think look so cute, or so cute, I don't know, that's not the right description. They look really beautiful, and they're super shimmery, super sparkly. You have to use your finger, which I don't mind. I'm curious if it's going to be the same formula as the Desi x Katie little palettes, because they kind of look similar. But I feel like, even though it makes sense for their brand, like, they're $20 per shadow. Like, that is a lot for one shadow. Like, at this point, I feel like none of these colors are super unique. Even the teal one, I feel like you can find elsewhere. Maybe that's the most unique one, and like the bright red maybe. But I feel like I cannot justify $20 each for these, except maybe this weekend, Dose of Colors, because it's their 5th birthday, I think. They're doing, you get buy any like purchase at all and get 2 free lipsticks. So I'm kind of tempted to make a purchase because of that, and it might make it more like worth it, affordable. But I just feel like the price is just a little too high. Okay, so now I want to talk about a palette that I'm really excited about, and this is from Melt Cosmetics. They're doing a Gemini palette, and it is going to be their first like actual palette, which is not stacks, which I appreciate. Even if the shadows aren't as big, then hopefully the price won't be as high, because I just feel like the stacks, I just can't justify them. Actually, I want to try, I think, the radioactive stack, but overall I just haven't really thought of purchasing from them. But I have released 4 shades, and they're like, there's like a like a really brownie green shade, and then they've got like a green with gold sparkles, they've got a mustardy like deep color, and then they've got an olive green, and I kind of just love the tones that they're going with so far, and I'm excited to see the entire palette. And yeah, I just think it looks really cool so far. I'm excited to see more reveals, and I could definitely see myself picking this up depending on how the rest of the shades go, but I've always wanted to try Melt. And one thing I'm super excited about from Fenty Beauty, they showed a little sneak peek, and it looks like the Gloss Bomb lip gloss in a different shade. It kind of looks like an iridescent like whitish silver shade, and I'm super excited about this because I love my Gloss Bomb so much. I'm actually not sure where it is right now, but it's like the most moisturizing gloss ever. I really need to pull that out for summer, and it's so good. I love it so much, and it's such a pretty shade, so I'm so excited for more shades to come out because it is truly like such an amazing formula, so I'm excited about that. Okay, and then from Juvia's place, I wanted to read a caption on one of their posts. They said, "The Warrior palette restocks in June, possibly sooner. We're working endlessly on production. The Warrior 2 palette, an all matte palette, set to launch in June." So that's exciting, an all matte palette. I'm curious if it's gonna kind of go with the same like neutral scheme, because if it is, I might not pick it up right away. Definitely will wait for that 40% off sale. I can wait it out definitely, but I'm just curious to see what it's going to be. I don't think they don't have any all matte palettes currently, so that's exciting. And then the Warrior highlighter palette is set to launch in July. It's in production, so again, super excited to see what that palette is going to be like. I'm not sure if I'll end up picking it up because I'm assuming just probably because it's only one palette. And you guys, you've heard me say like a million times now that I'm over highlighter palettes. It's probably going to be either for a variety of skin tones or more suited for deeper skin tones, which I'm totally okay with, just I probably won't be picking it up. I also wanted to talk about this picture from Touch of Glam Beauty because they have a new eyeshadow, and I'm not sure if it's just one or if they're doing a collection, but I think it might just be the one, and it is super like color shifting all the way from gold to red, and I think it looks really beautiful. I'm not planning on making a purchase from them anytime soon, but if I did, I would definitely add this to the list. If there's things that I want over time, but I thought that that looked really cool, and I'm just like totally into these like new eyeshadow formulations coming out that are like completely color changing, completely different, like from one shade to another. Which, speaking of, I wanted to mention some shadows from Beauty Bar, and these look so cool. They're from the Magic Wand collection, and I'm kind of back and forth about these. Part of me is like, they look amazing, they look so cool, so duochrome-y, like I'm definitely here for it, but at the same time, these are really expensive for single shadows. They have different versions. You can get them loose, you can get them pressed in a compact, or you can get them pressed without a compact, and I would personally want pressed without a compact, and they are like $17 per shadow, which is crazy. Of course they are beautiful, they're unique, they're different, and they're an indie brand, but I feel like that's just asking, like that's a really high price tag for a company that's like building themselves up. Like at least like Dose of Color with their $20 eyeshadows, like they've been in the game for a bit, like they've kind of built a name for themselves, like I can kind of see it. So I feel like, I don't know, that's just $17 is just a lot, which is what's holding me back from purchasing those shades. Okay, so I just have to shout out this Instagram account really quickly because I've never heard anyone talk about them, and I think they're going to be one of my go-to sources now for new makeup releases. They are Beauty FX by Celeste, and I have a whole story about them, okay? So, but real quick, they do beauty news. They announce when stuff restocks, they announce when things are launching, when things are going away, like they basically just beauty news in general. And they seem to have pretty much everything on there. Like they've got indie brands and big brands and everything, so I was really impressed with their page. But here's the story of how I found them. So I'm not sure where this picture went. I think maybe, okay, let me start from the beginning, okay? So Jouer is coming out with a collection that's Away with Jouer. That's what the name is called, and I thought it sounded really cool. And I saw a picture of the collection, but the picture is gone and I can't find it anywhere. So I went on Trend Mood, I went on Hot Fire Makeup, I went on Butterfly 0901, I was going through Jouer, I went through my emails. I'm like, where did I see this picture? Because I found a picture or I saw the picture and there was like a little bronzer duo and it looked so nice. It looked super light and just the perfect undertones, and I was actually thinking like that's something from Jouer that I would actually be super interested in buying, and I was really excited about it and I wanted to talk about it for new makeup releases. So yesterday I was going through and I was screenshotting everything and I'm like, I cannot find this picture anywhere, and my guess is that Trend Mood posted it because sometimes she posts things which she's not supposed to, and then deleted it because she got in trouble or the brand asked her to take it down. That's what my guess is, because I swear I saw it and I can't find it anywhere. I was even sitting there and I was like, am I crazy? Did I dream this up? Like, did I not actually see the collection? Like, was it just in my head? Like, did I just, like, because the bronzer duo looks just like the blush duo, so I was like, maybe it was just me, you know, like maybe I'm crazy. So I was definitely having a little moment, and then I looked up, I did like away with Jouer like as a hashtag, and I found this Instagram account and they had screenshots. It wasn't the same exact post that Trend Mood posted, but it did show a bronzer. No, I think it showed 2 bronzer duos. Let me go to that picture. Yes, okay, all the way in the corner. I see, I think 3 different bronzer duos, some new highlighters, and I think a new, looks like some type of lip product. So anyways, she made me feel sane because I found this picture. So I'm excited about this. The highlighter looks super light and pretty, which I've always wanted to try Jouer highlighter formula, but they didn't have any that I felt like would suit my skin tone. And the one that they did, I think it might have been called like Ice or something, but it was only available as mini and it was always sold out and never the full size. So I never ended up purchasing that. I've only tried a few lip products from Jouer and their foundation in sample form. So yeah, I'm really excited about this collection. I think that the bronzer looked beautiful. Anyways, that is my long story, but I am definitely interested in this collection and seeing more. And then I also wanted to mention this indie brand called Makeup Monster Cosmetics, which I had never heard of until I saw it actually on the Instagram page I was just talking about, Beauty FX by Celeste. And this palette looks really cool. It is called the Dragon Child and it's available now for pre-order, and I don't think I'm personally going to pick it up because I don't think it's something I need. But if you want like more of like a colorful palette but you want it to be more on the cool tone side, I feel like this would be for you. And I think the colors are really pretty and I think it's just a really cool color story. So I think that I like the way this palette looks and I think it's something different, something new. I can't speak to the quality or anything like that because I've never tried the brand, but I thought the palette looked nice. I also wanted to mention from Juvia's Place, they are coming out with a new collection, and they've got one box kind of thing that says The Afrique by Juvia's, and just from like the title, I think maybe that's a palette, but it's kind of in a different size, so maybe it's like rows of 2 or maybe it's smaller eyeshadows. I'm not really sure, but I'm curious to see what that's going to be. And I really love the packaging. It looks super bright. I love the bright tones and the orange, and I'm excited to see the inside of that. And then they're also coming out with an Afrique, kind of spelled a little bit differently, liquid lipstick, and it's a red shade, which I don't see myself buying. I know that they have a few lip products now, but I just don't need any more lippies. Last but not least, ColourPop has been releasing some sneak peeks, and it looks like they might be coming out with an eye gloss. Not really sure, but it looks really pretty, so I'm curious to see what that's going to be. And I saw a lot of people saying they don't want an eye gloss, but I think that'd be super cool from an affordable brand. Okay, someone just woke up. I'll be right back. You see the camera? Can you say hi? You okay? Oh, I know. So that is everything for today's new makeup releases. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.